Hello everyone, it's Mike from the FXPivotPoint.com, taking a look at today's action and talking about a top-down approach to trading. Top-down approach to trading simply means that you look at the pair you're trading on a longer time frame and go from dailies or whatever you like, weeklies, monthlies, down to whatever you trade, which for us, for me specifically, is a 15-minute chart. Alright, so what do we have here? Not much of a day. The day for me, it should have been a sell here. I was really close to taking this trade because I just didn't think we had enough to get up here, and we didn't. But I didn't. I just sat in the sidelines today. I took one trade and ended up getting out even. So you have those days. But you can see when we've talked about this before. This is a chart you're going to get sick of seeing until something breaks here, until this collapses, or until this 50, well, actually in theory until the 61.8 collapses, but that ain't gonna happen. Not unless not unless they start printing money. This is they're not gonna see this. I don't think. Who knows? Could be wrong, and that's why we trade what we see. And right now we see some very very bearish scenario. This is a big down, big bear move down, right? We're on the dailies here, and we see, nope, it's not getting here, not getting past it, not getting past it. Come down here and bounce back up again. I don't know, but it's gonna have a hard time getting past this. And even if it does sneak past this, we're gonna get a bounce here, like I've said before, because this is the 50, all right? And the 50 is traditionally a really hard one to just blow right through um, without some serious head one north, or some serious something on the part of the EU, the zone, so to speak. So again, we're in our little box here. Boop, there, there, and that's where we're trading in. All right, so let's actually, if I were you, I wouldn't. If you were selling, I would watch this area here. Might be some buyers here. Trying to create a little triangle. Never know. But let's all right. So we've got our top down. We know what's going on. We've seen this before, and we're pretty familiar with what we're going to do here. And let's exit out. Boop, boop, boop. And let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. Something we're quite familiar with. And as you can see, what happened yesterday, we got this looked ugly. But again, this is very thin liquidity, as you can tell. This is just not that good to trade. Kind of junky. But you can see, still, even though it's not that good to trade, the big boys give themselves little cues, so to speak, to where they're going to take it. Support here, right at the pivot. Same thing. Goes down, bring it back up, bring it back up, bring it back up. And as you can see, so what you're doing each time, it's getting someone's getting bought up, and that's a signal to those in the markets that we're getting ready to take this higher, and they did. They took it right here, and this I really liked. I don't know why I didn't sell this. Probably because of the thin liquidity. I don't know, but again, if we look back at the daily chart, it was up here, up here is for the last several retries, it's a no-fly zone, so to speak. So that should have been a pretty easy sell. Not to mention there was some news out of the zone that was pretty ugly from a whole bunch of angles. So that I should have sold this and didn't. Should I have sold this one? To my system, right? Why didn't I sell that? Well, because by the time I looked at this, and it was almost at the pivot point, and I would have got in here, and sorry, that's just what is that? 25 pips. I just didn't think the R&R was good for me. I really wanted to see a move up a little higher, but we got two things here that I probably should have taken the trade. My signal. We've got the fact that it was the pivot point, and we've got it was on the day it was previous support, and that should have been a trigger to us to say boink, boink, 1, 2, 3, pull the trigger. I wasn't here to see this. If I was, I certainly would have pulled the trigger on this one. Why? Because we're close enough to the pivot point. But to take this trade here, to retrace back down to S1. What am I saying is we're close enough to here to put a stop above the 45.50 above the pivot point. So if it makes it back to there, it's time to get out, and sell may be a little higher up here. But it didn't. It's thankfully it's looking weak, and hopefully into the they'll try to take it back up to here, and maybe see if we can't sell it back down tomorrow morning. We'll see. Again, it's just not looking good for the EU. Let's just hope the pair is still around. All right, GBOI. Again, not my favorite pair to trade, but you can see. I mean, look at the pivot points. We're above the pivot point, and look what it does. It blows up through, and look, bounce, bounce, bounce like a pinball. Boink, 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 boink. Almost boink, and then some hesitation. Pulls back up, and look where it stays. It stays right there for the entire rest of the day. And look where it bounces here. I mean, to the pip on the pivot point. So highly effective, these pivots on the majors, because of the banks use them. All right, that's it for the day. I guess the only thing I really wanted to talk about was a top-down approach. And top-down simply means you look at the longer time frames, which is why I should have sold this. And someone might have said, well, you're fading the day. Well, yeah, you're fading the day. That's true, but you're trading with a lot of the big players on a big resistance level on a longer time frame, and then liquidity. So that should have been a pretty good signal, but oh well. That's the way it is. All right, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you in the near term. A little later.